Welcome gamers to Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova. This is like a 4.5 version of Galactic Civilizations 4. And it really is an amazingly good game. There's a lot of balance, a lot of changes, a lot of balanced things that have been added to the game. It's still in early access, so it still is being developed as we speak. And not fairly active development, very active development. There are some fairly sweeping changes with the game at different times. Not dramatically different, but I have actually had a couple of comments from people sort of saying that they think they'll wait for the actual release version. They like the look of it, but they think they'll wait for the release version. I can understand that because of what's actually, because of what does present with the game, I guess. Actually, I just noticed we've got this one over through here. But it's it's one of these things. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying where we are. But yes, there will be some changes with it being early access. Having said that, the game is due for release fairly soon, as in within actually, how long is it? Within 3 months, I think. There's no exact date, but there is a season. I think it's the next season coming up. So I think it's due for release fairly quickly. I sort of hope they don't rush the release, to be honest, because I'm really loving what the changes are that they're putting in. And I would hate for them to rush those changes for the sake of just a release. But I prefer it to be in early access for as long as it needs to be. It's sort of like it's like for me, the early access is like cooking a like in a hot pot type thing, like cooking not that I'm good at cooking, but often the longer you leave those sorts of slow cook type things, the nicer the result at the end of it. Anyway, before I do go on as well, this series is sponsored by StarDoc, so thanks to StarDoc for actually sponsoring the series, and also just so that you're aware that there is that dynamic. If you're concerned about my objectivity, at least you sort of know where I stand with that one. I can assure you that I try 100% to actually always present my true thoughts about a game, but I am seriously enjoying what's actually happening in through here. Let's talk about the situation that we find ourselves in. I've got this now on this summary rather than on the advisors. So we've got things like our planets are under threat. We should consider colonizing, and beware the Drengan Empire. They really hate us, so they hate us thoroughly. But over here we can now see the balance of power. This is quite cool because what it does do is it shows who we're trading with. So is willing to speak with us back into here, and then we actually who we're at war with. So you're at war with this civilization. So the Drengan want to sue for peace. But the Yor we've now declared war against. We declared war because the Altarians asked us to come and join them. And we decided we would do it because we want to get more connected with those human-style factions. That's sort of the role-play aspect of the game that we're playing. And so I'm playing much more role-play than strategy, which I enjoy. So I actually enjoy this aspect of, I don't like min-maxing in games. I think it actually detracts from the actual overall enjoyment. And so this one we're just going along with, we're playing as a faction where traditionalism is very, very high. If you have a look at the cultural progression, traditionalism, these are all the different ideologies. They've really, this is actually very, very different than where it used to be back in GalCiv 3, I think it was, where they only had things like totalitarianism, pacifism, and I forget what the other one was. Anyway, it's they only had like 3 basically to choose from, and you then had to sort of choose. But now you can sort of choose from any of them. You end up with different discounts for buying the actual unlocks as you go through, and you also have citizens that actually adhere to the different ideologies. So this is so it can be important for them for you to then pursue that ideology. In this case, traditionalism is where we're actually heading with everything. Individualism, we've got a 2%. Totalitarianism, we're getting up there a little bit. You can see we don't have any citizens that actually follow this one, so we haven't gone anywhere with that one. Individualism, we haven't unlocked at all. Egalitarianism, 0. Traditionalism is our main one that we actually started the game with. Progressivism is 1%. Actually, we do have a few citizens that are actually following this one. Pacifism, hopefully, no one is following pacifism. That's not what we would have. Nihilism, we actually do have a fair few citizens that are nihilistic. It's important for us to be aware of this, so I'm glad I did this one because I've been avoiding nihilism a lot. This is really quite the most evil, I guess, of the different things. It's sort of the uncaring, the most uncaring of them. And then collectivism back in through this other side. We do have a few citizens that have a bit of the collectivism as well. I'm surprised at nihilism, actually. So nihilism, we may have to start to sort of move traditionalism and nihilism together because of the way that the citizens are sort of working. I've been avoiding the nihilism choices because they usually are the most evil of the choices. Let's click on done. We'll still just play our way, but we'll see. We'll keep that in mind as what's going on. Now we actually have this shipyard. Do we have another shipyard? No, let's go and move up with our main fleet and move it up to destroy that shipyard. Actually, we'll end our turn now. So what are they building? They're building a Guardian. That'll be there ready in 2 turns. So we're going to have to start to protect some of these other ships. Now we're going to be invading very, very quickly. 2 more months before we invade. This is our first actual invasion. So we'll just click on done. Now, can we start this one at all? Yeah, 5 months for that one there. Well, let's go for Romulus 1 as well. Now, Romulus 1 has got a planetary defences there of 266. Actually, that one can't move. Let's go and protect this. Actually, even that one can't move for some reason. Okay, ship idle. So this one here is coming through. We're going to be starting to try to protect this region so that if the yaw try to get through, we'll actually try to destroy them with our ships. There's more no, that's the Altarians. That's okay. Boarding the transport. Now we want to get high resolve. We've got 5, 6 there is actually not too bad. 4, 5, 3, and 5. So she is the best soldier that we have, Wendy Bianchi, as and you know she does have. We asked, food is actually fairly good. Let's go on board with her, I guess, or we can go with one of the 5s. Diligence 6, Diligence 4. Now we'll use her. On you go. So she's now turned into a soldier. Done. And here we go, the first invasion. So not every planet will be this empty. We've known for that for some time, but today is the first day we've tried to take one from somebody else. Today will mark a victory we'll surely celebrate for a long time. God, these cutscenes are great. They're so good now. I mean, this one's probably a bit short for what it actually is, but this was our first actual invasion. Done. Okay, so we've now got that done, and we've got the rail guns that are here now as well. So we've got the, so we can actually now get enhanced railguns, which would be good. That's actually thulium, and we have 3 thulium. We only have found thulium. We haven't actually controlled it, so we don't actually have an income of that, so we can't really make good use of this. Just choose new tech. Evasive tactics. This is weapon jammers. That's actually good. We need to get more of these, so we'll go that way. Now, these. Oh, hang on. This is the battle cruiser we were going to go and destroy. So this one here has got an attack of beam attack of 4, so nothing much there really. It does have an armor rating, which is against kinetic attacks. We're mainly beam, so we'll go and do the beam attack on it. Just weaken it before we get started. Now, yeah, we did a bit of damage. It went from 32 down to 27. Let's just go and watch this particular fight against the pirates. Everyone missed the first round. Still nothing. We should start to do damage now, I think. Let's put those beams in there. Yeah, we did 8. Some trace amounts there as well. Seems a bit more powerful than we think. And another 8. I'll have a look to see actually what he's doing the 8. It is the beam. Yeah, the beam is the one doing the job here. Taking a bit of damage on ours, not a hell of a lot. We took 7 damage. Actually, it was more than I thought we would take, to be honest. So that was good. At least we've taken that one out. Let's continue on through. There's a big fleet of these little guys in here, which have got kinetic attack is very, very high. Yeah, we might have to avoid that, I think, until we can actually bring a proper fleet down. So just move that one across. Okay, the this guy in here. What should we do with him? I think we'll just move him back to Harmony Dunes as well. We've got only one ship defending. Just bring 2 of them on. Trade offer. Okay, this is the Festoons saying that they would like to... we get kill bots, weapon enhancements, photonics. They get flexible bulkheads, which gives them the capacity. Well, that's certainly worth grabbing all of these different things. So yes, we will accept this. Nice. Right, done. Okay, that's good. And then we'll just come back into the idle ships we actually have. Okay, we're being targeted a little bit through here, so there's got more ships now sort of wandering across. Now Romulus has now fallen, so all we have to do is we don't actually invade as such. We just have so Romulus is now just a colony world, but this one ultimately will be a good one for us to then sort of go with. Now, in terms of the of who we actually have, we have the 4 population. We can only really hold 1. I'm thinking that we end up, let's just leave it where it is, and then we'll just sort of tweak things from there. So that then has given us this shipyard as well. So we can start to now go and build in this one, and it's going to take probably a little bit to sort of start to build anything in through this other side. Let's just go and start to build more of these Star Eagles. Oh no, we can pick these up pretty fast at this location. We just happen to have inherited this one now. So we'll just click on done. Now, this particular fleet, we want to get rid of the missile cruiser. Is going to now leave from that one. That one can't do anything else. Actually, none of these can do much else at this stage. This fleet in here is... now I can do this one here. The invasion prediction is not actually working for some reason. It's got 266. We've got 52, so it should be about 5 turns. Yeah, 5 months. Just click on done. And we'll bring the others in as well to sort of ramp these up. Now we've got these guys in here. We're going to ultimately need to probably restart with this fleet. So I'll just keep these. I'll pop these in here. Just become part of that fleet. See, now it's not wanting to play. And this one here. In that case, I will actually now move this one down. I'll just quick battle this one. We took 1 damage there. Okay, so these are getting a little bit more powerful than what they were before. Now, Drengi itself has got 500 defense. That one there's only got 57, so we'd be able to smash this one very, very quickly. Let's go and... Oops, I should have actually kept this one back there. Let's move it back that way. End our turn. Now this is the missile cruiser. What else do we have? We've got another transport. So we'll bring these in. So we'll end up with we'll be able to rattle through these very, very quickly with all of these transports. Now this is around Seidel. We'll just keep this one sort of just having a bit of a look through this area of space. Now this one I'm just going to go back into here and sit on top of that with that cruiser until it sort of heals up. Right, well, we've got +2 to research in there. This is Scientifica. Hall of Tradition. Colonial Clinic. Nothing else much in there, is there really, that we can then go and do? That's all influence. This is military, wealth and manufacturing. We've got more research down in here as well. You know, what I might do is I might just go and grab this one. Just get that improvement. we can get a lot of extra things in through here now. Might start to make these into like research districts. This is a big one. Just click on done there. Okay, then we have this group is going to go across. Now this has got 16. We're going to need to go back in here again as well. So we'll definitely grab the transport ship and move it out and in. Now we've got 14. We do have another transport here. It's going to put all 3 transports into this particular fleet. We're now up to 18. And the siege ships are worth 2 logistics. So that then becomes 20. We can put 1 more siege ship in. Okay, this is an incredibly powerful 164. So when we go and start the conquest in here now of this particular world, 1 month invasion prediction. So we're now just going to be smashing these with all of these different soldiers. That's their resolve. They all happen to be just 6 resolve. Theirs a bit higher, but it's not. It's just helping them defend. But once we actually bring this one down, that's the end of it. But with the actual sieges that we actually have, it's not going to be able to do anything at all. So Romulus 1 will fall very, very quickly. Now this one here is showing us that we can actually take that one, which is unusual. I don't know how we got that one. So we'll get another Star Eagle, just another couple of those from in here, because they don't cost anything. Oh, hang on, we've already taken it. We took that in a single go. So that's actually done. Then we've got back over here a couple of siege ships, 8 months to conquer that particular world with these few siege ships. Maybe we do split them up a little bit. What about this one here? 8 months that way as well. So we'll go that side. 8 months remaining. And we've got the missile cruiser. I'm going to move this one down to join up with the other ship. Back over here now. And we do actually have your settlement or your aspect in here, which I think we can go and destroy as well once we sort of get these ships under control a little bit better. Let's leave them where they are. So we're going to be able to take the homeworld very, very quickly as well. We're sort of now really on a roll. I'm sort of feeling this is now sort of getting towards the end of the series, because we're sort of now we're now getting to a point where this is the way we're just going to start to sort of rinse and repeat our way through. This is the Harmony shipyard. So we've got the which way should we go with this one? Again, I think we'll end up with. Got 4 of those, so let's go and grab another missile cruiser. Done. Bring the Star Eagle across. We'll just go and see what's over here. We should find a star base in here somewhere. And then we'll need to get another another constructor to then go and work with like into that area and take over what they actually had. So maybe we do that instead, actually. I'll keep that one coming. That one's coming in 7. Constructor coming in another 4. So I'll just move this one in behind that one. 2 for that constructor. Done. All right, here we go. Still got the other world, which is good. Can still move around a little bit. I think I'll still just keep it hovering around in this zone. And we'll pass that one. Oh, here we go. We've got a defender here, which is just one of our little guys, and then they've come in with an asp. This is actually this is one of the monsters. We'll watch the battle, actually. This is just a space monster going in against a freighter. Exciting stuff. I don't think we need to watch this too much, so we'll hide the battle log. So what's going to happen in here is this space monster is going to come into our guy, and it's going to then hit it with kinetic attack. So very, very close range. If we go to cinematic, maybe. Cinematic doesn't work great. There it is. That's the space monster. Zipping past. It's rippling through the damage. This could take a long time if it's not very powerful. It's taken some damage, but not a hell of a lot. No, he got us. He got us in the end. Okay, only 6 damage was that we actually had there, so we're just done there. Alright, so that didn't work. And back in through here. +1 to military there. Not that it really matters that much. This is that trade network that we can get as well, which we can place sort of in the middle. It's not going to give us much advantage anywhere. It does enhance those, so let's just go and place it in there. I'm done. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how good Harmony Dunes has actually become, even though it's like a little desert world. It actually produces a lot of stuff. Let's leave this one back in here, so we'll just leave that one. The probe can just stay there in sentry. Let's explore sentry, there we go. Don't know why it came off sentry. And another survey report. So your flagship captain reports a discovery of a lost cargo container floating in space. Upon opening it, they find an advanced robotic servants module, a device capable of significantly improving the efficiency of the planet's workforce. The choice is yours. Store it in future use or sell it for credits. So we get 500. That's a lot. But we can store this, and we can then use it. So this is the robotic servants. So adds a friendly your servant to a target colony. Okay, so all right. So it's not as exciting as I would have taken the money if I had known that we're at war with the your. Not that it matters that much. So it just means a robotic workforce that we could then have working for us. We'll end our turn here. So we should actually be ready to take over the next Romulus. Yet 1 month remaining, so that will just basically happen immediately. Done. Now what's interesting about that is we have still got incredible amounts in through this side. We're just Romulus 5 is just a colony. It's not a core world. This is just a core. This is a core world over here. But we wanted now. We're now starting to get the. Actually, that's why we got picked up this one. I think is because we've got all of this is now under our control. So things are happening quite nicely, which is good. And so Drengi is going to be the next target. I think once we get Drengi, we'll call that quits at the end there. We'll just leave that one in there, just so we've got some central stuff. Transport's coming back down again as well. Now Romulus does have the 4 citizens. I could actually use these as soldiers and really expand things up. We really are now on a bit of a roll. The game will accelerate. One thing I like about what DasTactic do as well is they don't artificially try to make the end of the game pad out. They do let you run away with something once you start to accelerate, which I like because it means the games don't artificially get drained, like dragging on and on and on. Like I do really like the philosophies that DasTactic does sort of incorporate. This is just a deep space mine. Again, they've got an ascension crystal back over there, which we will be wanting to grab that one for ourselves at some point. So we'll come back and we will actually destroy that, maybe even just with the missile cruiser that we were bringing back up, wherever that is. It's just one of their probes, that's okay. Right, so we have the forefront of cosmic innovation. So these are top 5 civilizations with the most technology research. So the Drengen are actually still above us. Wow, we're not even on the list. We are off the list, so we've slowed right down. This is another transport. I've actually got too many of these now. I'm gonna have to make sure that I stop this. I might just click on done and not put anything on board just yet. And we'll send that one across. Now, where was that one? Missile cruiser coming there. Did it go anywhere empty? Or is that it? Did it just leave and not do anything? It was back at Homeworld, I think. Now we'll come into Romulus. It's only a colony. Really, we should make this into a core world. We can afford a governor. Actually, our income is now going backwards a little bit. So, they're all about the same in through this side. This one is cruel, but faithful. And also a gambler, irresponsible with money. This one is kind, +5 social and can't quell protests as a governor. Well, we're going to be going into a Drengen world. So we're going to be wanting to have pretty high diligence. So it's 6, 4, and 7. So I think the cruel one in through here, we're going to use intimidation with the Drengens. She's very cheap, or Patrick. He's very cheap. We use Patrick. We'll recruit and assign. So this is this particular world, and we actually have a whole lot of Drengen in here as well, who are going to be very, very unhappy. You're at war with my species as a -40. There's too much crime, so the criminals are going to be running rampant. Actually, there it is. Its approval is 28%. Patrick, do your job. You need to put these people in their place. So we've got these guys are just so they're only 27%. This one here is running at 32%. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just keep on going with this a little bit longer, and then we'll put them into transport ships, I think. So we'll sort of play with that a little bit. In terms of what we want to be building in here, with the colonial generator, we do actually have the core world capital back in through this other side. Now, is that where we want it? It may not be, and we can always just go and change this. We can destroy these actual things and then bring them back in. So the core world can be placed anywhere we like. If we go and place it on a location with a house on it, it's going to then give us a +1. Actually, that's going to give us +2 because of what's next to it. So maybe we do that. That gives us 5. So we don't have the overpopulation now, which is okay. And we can always just come back and change it any time we like. So let's go back and build another one in the middle here somewhere. Grab that one. Actually, that's a bit expensive. Anyway, that's all right. We'll just go there. We can always chop and change things afterwards. Just click on done. So Romulus will be like an actual colony there for a little while. The others we won't worry about. We're just going to sort of leave them sort of almost like Robinson Crusoe. This one now has changed over. That one will culture flip anyway at some point. Let's go and bring this particular group. We do actually have the 3 citizens in here. Can we change them over? Yeah, it's the fleet ships. These are about as good as we're going to get. So let's just go in and go after Drengi. And we should do that this episode, actually. So this has got a power of 164. Which is good. What's that one there? That's a negotiator. That's okay. So we'll smash this now. Just a quick battle that. We've just gone up a level, so we've now got 136 hit points. Went from 128. Once we take the capital, then we'll call it quits, I think. So this will be our last episode. I think it gives you a good idea as to where the game actually is and what you can then go and do with it. All the different changes. I think we've covered everything now. Now that we've done sieges and invasions. Again, people have commented that the invasion system in the game is probably a bit weak, and it would be good if there was even more. But I do like the fact that you've now got to besiege the planets. It does change things a lot. Let's improve our mining efforts. And I haven't really been min-maxing things. I haven't been opening things up and really tweaking what's been going on. I'll just leave this one floating around in here to protect this fleet. So we'll leave that one where it is. So we said another phone call, so we'll just keep on going. These guys have moved. Another constructor, which we want to now move across into here because we're going to ultimately destroy the constructor that was in here. End our turn. And we've got idle ships. So we've got a ship that's now idle back in through this other side. Now we did take this one ourselves. They've taken that one. We do want to go back across to here and just sort of claim this region of space. So we'll just go into the middle here with that one there. Now, in terms of what we have in through this other side, we've got the station ships. This one is still picking up its health, so it's still just trying to heal up. Just move that one in. Now, is that the yaw? Yes, it is. 83 with 14 hit points in that particular fleet. We've got 9 attacks. Missile is fairly high. Alright, that's just going to be a little bit of a concern back in here now. So they're actually bringing... Actually, what sort of type of ships are they bringing in? A siege ship, a cruiser, a couple of cruisers, 3 cruisers and a siege ship. Alright, so this is actually, and they've got more logistics that they can actually then have. Okay, it's time for us to now go back. The siege ship's not going to do a hell of a lot. So we'll now need to move this Romulus fleet back up to the homeworlds because that's what's coming. What are we building in here? Missile cruiser coming in 6. That'll be a bit slow, but we might have to pay for that one just to sort of bring that one through. We then actually have another region to improve. That reduces crime, which we don't need. Growth. If we go into here, the manufacturing district goes up by 7. Let's just do that. Okay, and end our turn. Here we go, the invasion of Drengi. 3 months, and then we actually finish that one off. Done. Okay, so we've got no real protections down this way now, but that will be okay. So we'll be able to, we should be still okay, I think, with what we actually have here. They're not going to be able to bring enough back in. This is their home world, so this will be a big change for us. We've got this one coming in 5 months. Done. Okay, we're doing well here. Very, very well. Now, in terms of what's coming, the ship that we have under here is better quality, but it's sort of on its own. So I'm thinking I've got this one as well, this missile cruiser. I could bring this one back up. I could bring this one back up with it as well. That one's got 11 moves. This one's got 10 moves. That one's only got 1 move left. We'll bring these together so we can get a bit of a fleet together to take this thing on. So I'll have 4 ships. 2 of them will just be fighters, but or 3 of them... Actually, no, that's just a constructor there. Alright, so we'll leave that one out of the way. We didn't build anything down in here. I might move this one back down into here and build a military starbase. Bring that one together. Okay, the Festoon Hunt have struggled with technological progress recently. So, Emperor, would you please share with us the knowledge of extreme colonization with us? No, I'm sorry. We're going to start closing off, except for the Altarians fairly soon. This one as well now. We just move across. Need to keep these all together. And we'll now intercept that other fleet. This one we've got a hell of a lot more hit points than what they've got, but the actual combat rating is about the same. But that's fine. The hit points are very, very important. Okay, we'll open this one up, and this one's going to be a military starbase. And we're then going to get the pulse cannon, which is 2 Durantium. We've got a hell of a lot of Durantium now. We've got the harpoon salvo for 2 antimatter. We can actually, I think we'll do that. Starbase defense, the advanced defenses, why not? And the pulse cannon as well. There we go. The perimeter scanners will then just give us even more sensor power. The sector scanners, even more again. Let's do that. That's then going to extend a long, long way out. So we're then going to be able to see things coming way out here. So that's going to be a pretty meaty little starbase, that one there. That'll be a good one for them to try to crack. Now we've got Romulus in through here. This is just a Star Eagle. I think I'll just leave this one back on the core world. What else do we have in there? We've got Star Eagle and one of the transports. Yeah, so the transports, I don't think we can actually swap the units over. Oh, there we go. No, we do actually have a soldier. If I go and leave this location, I wonder if that will actually help. If we leave with this. So these are the available citizens that we can take with us. So we've got resolve of 6, resolve of 7, which is better than the 6 that we had there. So let's bring this farmer across, because our guys are going to be happier. So done. So that gives us a group of Drengen soldiers for us to then use, and does again 40 damage in through this other side. Bring that one across. End our turn. And we've got resource extraction, that's good. Choose new tech. Increase the maximum size of our fleets. Yep, we'll definitely go that way. That way we can then compete with the Yor. The Drengen homeworld is already ours now. So we've actually now taken Drengi, which sort of is what I wanted to do in this episode. We've Drengi are now really going to be absolutely shattered. They've still got Kona back down through here, which is poor. Marwar down through here, which is poor as well. So they don't really have much. These are only colonies. Next turn we should find that, well, Drengi is also just a colony at this stage. I think we'll actually go and change. We've got 337 to spend, so let's go and bring another one back in. So we have social, or we have increases individualism ideology. I think we'll go with her. Let's go and recruit and assign. And where's the core world in here? It's capital city. Now, if I get rid of this one, it won't be the capital city anymore. So I'm going to keep this one where it is. Just go and get a couple of these around it. So bring those in, and we've got like a lot of different other areas. That'll be fine. We'll just keep those. There's them going. These are all the different. These guys are pretty happy actually. So even though we're at war with their species, they're actually not terribly unhappy with what's going on. So that's good. We've actually now taken this one. We've got everything we need here really. So we'll just go back across. This is our core world. Let's go and grab another of the manufacturing districts just back in here. Done. And really, I think we're at the end of our series, guys, because we've pretty much now gotten rid of the main threat. I mean, the Yor probably are a bigger threat, but I think we'll leave it here because I don't think the Yor are really going to be able to compete with us, to be honest, in space. We've got like little ships coming through, bomber hulls and stuff, but they're just not going to be strong enough. So we're going to be able to sort of race across and find them. There they are, right there, actually. Now, they've got 7 ships in here. Maybe they're going to be a bit more than we thought. Let's see what they can do. We've got 14. We've got 116 health. So we've got more health than what they've got. Wish I'd have left a bit of space there. You know what would be cool if the game actually, when it did discover things, if it would stop the ships. That would actually be good. Like there's a lot of games do that. When you discover something, you think, oh, I better stop and do X, Y, or Z. Because I would have actually peppered those with some of my long-range stuff, which I can't actually... Actually, I can still do the beam volley. Okay, so maybe we can do that one. Let's just go and hit this one with the beam. And we did a bit of damage there. It's down to 70 now. So that was a good start. Okay, we've got another survey report. So a ship has stumbled across a peculiar artifact adrift in the cold void of space. It appears to be a cage, but not any ordinary creature. This containment unit was designed for something monstrous. We have 2 clear options: keep the artifact and possibly unleash the beast to a strategic moment, or study the cage's advanced technology, risking the inadvertent release of the captive creature. So we can keep it in here and then release it in your space or something like this. Or we can just do this one here: dissect the artifact for its advanced knowledge, advancing our own scientific knowledge in the current research topic, which is the resupply doctrine. This may haunt us later. Let's keep the artifact again, and we'll go back and just have a look at this one. So this is actually the this one. This is it here. So a creature was forced out of another dimension, trapped in our own. We could release it, but it may go after us as well. So spawn a minor. It's only a minor. That's okay. We'll still we'll just go back through the hyper loop, and we'll release it around here, I guess. Iconia, which is the capital. Goodbye. We don't get to see that. It's now been spawned. They can look after that one. It's funny that you aren't leading in here now. This is the Altarians, but the Altarians are coming first now in research as well as in influence. I guess with everything we've now got. Number 1 in approval. Actually, yeah, we are basically now winning. The yaw, it's still showing the yaw through here with everything in terms of the actual numbers. But that shouldn't really be the case. We're looking at the Altarians are now starting to dominate in this sector. There's hardly any presence of the yaw back in through this other side as well. Let's just end our turn and see what actually does happen. So this is the Drengia shipyard at Drengi. I'll just grab another of the... actually, I'll just grab some frigates. It's an Illyrium frigate, antimatter, thulium. I don't want any of those. Should just grab a Star Eagle in that case. It's going to take a long time. Okay, we'll press tab to end our turn, and we should end up getting a lot of this stuff coming back across our own way. In fact, we can take all these other small colonies straight away as well. What can we still do? This is this location in here. We want to claim this, so we're going to make an influence starbase in here. Communications is what we want, and we're out of bases. We're out of modules, so we need to go back and start building some of those at in some of the other locations that we actually have. So we will do that. No, we're still at the end of the turn here. And then we have this constructor that came through at exactly the same time. Well, there's really nothing else for us in here. So I might as well build a military starbase, I guess, as well, right next to it. Just leave it there. So we need to get modules to just cover what that actually is and how that one works. We just go back across to our home world, and or any world really, even the Harmony Dunes, which is building a missile cruiser in 4. This one is building a missile cruiser in 3. So we'll just go into here and start them to build. We haven't done much of this, but we can start to just pump out these modules so we can then boost the boost the bases up a little bit. So again, another really nice mechanic. It's funny when you play in hindsight, you know, you think, I wonder why they never thought of this. But, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just a very much, as I said at the start of the series, really is a board game feel to the actual game itself. It is very, very cool. This is another transport. Now, Drengi is now done, so let's go and move. Actually, we can't move that one. We've got too many logistics there already. We won't need it, actually. What we'll do is we'll move this one across into here. And we've got 1 month remaining there. These will be able to rattle through these worlds very, very quickly. There we go. And we've now taken this area. Kona will now fall. So we've got that location there. Bring that one through. That will be over and done with as well in one turn. So that's the end of the Drengen. They've basically been destroyed. There's only one planet left. We're bringing this one back to protect the middle, but I don't think we need to, because these guys are heading towards Seidel. So they're actually coming into here. We only have 27 planetary defense, so these guys have actually got a 17. They'd be able to get there in 2. But we should be able to now finish them off. So let's just go back across. That leaves us with, we're now inside our space. We've got a little bit of a boost along. We get a couple of extra movement because of we're inside our area. What we'll do now is we will go and hit them with the beam volley yet again. There's 71 at this stage, and that's all we can really do. So now we'll go and hit this particular fleet. So we'll finish this off with this fight and just see how we actually go. We should be okay. We are pretty much up there in terms of our hit points. They're down to 71. This will be an interesting fight, though. They've got some pretty strong ships. So in we go. This is a moderate casualties, but a total loss for them is what we expect. Now, they're coming in with some bombers. So the bombers are going to go after our big ships. Our fighters are going to be trying to stop the bombers. They've then got themselves a frigate. The frigates will be trying to stop our fighters. And the siege ship will try to run away. It doesn't have any combat abilities. Then we have a couple of large cruisers in through here as well. So the fight is mainly going to be going on between these two. I might just watch the battle, but we'll watch it from the moderate. We should lose both our fighters. So let's actually go and do this one from top down. And we can then sort of watch what actually happens. So the bombers are going to be targeting one of these ships. In fact, if we go and click on them, it's going for the missile cruiser, the missile cruiser, missile cruiser. So they're going straight out for those. This ship here is the siege ship, so it doesn't actually have a bearing. This one is also going after a missile cruiser, and that's going after the Star Eagles. This is the frigate. So that's the only frigate. So our guys are all going after the small little fighter craft in through these sides. There'll be one that'll be called something in there. Actually, I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, it's one of these. So they're both going to be tackling those as they come back through. These are going also after. This is interesting. Interesting that they're going after the small ships. They're supposed to be going after the big ones. They're not supposed to be going after bombers. The cruisers are supposed to be going after this looks like a bug as well. All right, well, that'll be fixed. So they're going after this ship. Now we want to see, I'm going to turn on the battle log so we can see the damage that might come in. We were absorbing different damage coming in from these bomber craft, but we now take on the bombers. We've blown up one. So we're still avoiding everything going on. We've now wiped out the bombers. We now actually have, this is their last bomber coming back in now. This thing here has taken a lot of damage. So who's actually going after this? This one is, if we just go back to our ships. Yeah, we're still targeting the small ships there. Still targeting that small ship as well. This one's down to 41. This one's at 64. That one's still got 4, and that one's still got 4 as well. So these are sort of doing what they need to do, and they're all targeting this one bomber at this point in time. Then we have over this other side with their ships. We have the this is the siege ship, has got no combat abilities whatsoever. That is the So this is a cruiser. That's the cruiser, and then that's the frigate. So this cruiser may have taken damage before the game started. Although no, we are smashing it. Something is attacking it. Doesn't tell you. I wish it would tell you actually who's actually targeting it as well. That would be pretty cool. But when you have really, really big fights, it's a bit too much. That's theirs, which is going to now be destroyed. It's gone. And we're still coming through. All of ours are still actually okay. We've taken no real damage in through here. A little bit on the battle cruiser, and the missile cruiser's taken just a smattering of damage. This one's down to 2. He's now gone. So we're going to get out of this potentially unscathed. That's their frigate, which is firing back. It's got a pretty good rating actually. So it's got a beam and a missile attack. And its kinetic is actually 12. Wow. Okay, so it's a real close range ship. And then we just got the siege ship. And that's it. So we got through that one. We did take 13 damage, but no one actually took any action. We didn't get destroyed at all. So we've got a very, very good fleet in here. This is actually really quite cool. So we'll just click on done. And that should catch up with itself very, very soon. There's not second fleet, is there? Maybe there is. Oh, there might be. Yeah, stacked ships. This is what actually the AI does this a bit. Look at the management of this. Yeah, there's one there that's protected. All right, so we can still go in. We've got one more attack with this. Yeah, so this is actually a different one again. So we're going in against a cruiser, 3 cruisers this time. So no casualties predicted from our side of things. Let's just watch this battle. So they're bringing in siege ships to try to then besiege what we actually had. So they mustn't have very good firepower, I'm guessing. Yeah, they're coming. This one's coming in damaged already. We've got a bit of damage on ours as well. We're down to 30 there and 64 there. So we've taken a bit with this particular one. That's 22. They've got a siege ship which won't have any bearing, and they're going after the missile cruiser. Is what we're sort of seeing through there. Just all 3 cruisers there, and the damage rating isn't incredibly powerful. So we want to destroy this one if we can. They're ignoring our small ships. We're taking damage here. We're taking bad damage here. It's going to blow up. Okay, that's gone. So I've lost one ship. We're losing big numbers here with the kinetics. We can then sort of see the damage coming back the other way. If we start to sort of hover through this particular one, we should see the battle cruisers doing good jobs. Where is the big numbers? Yeah, the kinetic damage. The 12 damage, the 12 kinetic is what's actually doing all the damage in here. But we're just down to the siege ship now. Right, well, we lost one of our ships in that particular one. That was still good though. We just click on done, and then we've still got the next little grouping through here as well, which is it's actually still fairly strong. Actually, probably too strong for us. We may have to limp off, and they'll probably then take Seidel, I guess. Anyway, I think we're done with this particular Let's Play, guys. So you get the idea of the game. It's a very, very good game. Very, very polished with what does go on. We've now covered everything with the invasions and so on and so forth. So and you can see how quickly it still will move through, but it will take multiple turns unless you've got like a lot of troop transports or siege ships. You don't need the troop transports. You can just use siege ships if you're wanting to, but they'll be much slower than the actual transports themselves. Yeah, I think this will do us actually. So this has been great. I've really thoroughly enjoyed playing this, but I know that also it's better for me to not let these series wind on for too long. This is actually a good place to leave it, I think. We're not coming first, but we are closing in on the first space, and we need to then sort of start to build up to then fight the yaw. So it would be fun, but I still think it's going to be ultimately pretty one-sided for us. I think we'll actually be able to get on top of what they're doing. We'd be able to then build ships fairly soon with much, much higher protections, and we could even focus on that. We could go into we've got the resupply doctrine coming, which gives us another 8 logistics, which will then allow us to compete with the yaw, because the yaw have already got that one, I think. And we can then start to really sort of just focus in on getting defenses for our ships. And that would be pretty much then game over, I think. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. Again, thank you if you have supported me and the channel through either Patreon or through getting merchandise or any of the other myriad ways. There's lots of links in the description. If you do want to grab the game, there's a link in the description there as well for that. But thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this little mini-series. So we actually did it pretty well in the end. I do like the pacing of the game. The pacing is really, really quite accelerated, which is good. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.